வணக்கம் நேயர்களே, நான் உங்கள் அனுஷாந்தி பேசுகிறேன். நாங்கள் மற்றொரு சிறப்பு நேர்காணலில் சந்திக்கின்றோம். Today we have with us special guests who are here from the YMCA in Toronto. We have Dilani Kandaya and Tamim Hamidi here. We welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
So let's begin with the YMCA. What is the YMCA?
So the YMCA is a not-for-profit organization. It was founded in 1844 in London, England. And it's been in service for over 160 years. And basically the YMCA provides opportunities for members in the community. We have several services that we offer, including education. We have our own Y Academy, which is a school for special needs children. We offer health and fitness programs as well. We also have employment, we have language assessment, we have childcare, youth employment, we also have summer youth camps as well, and Newcomer and immigration services.
Okay, so Dilani, you are a youth job specialist at the YMCA, and Tamim, you're a job developer at the YMCA. So tell us a little bit about what you do at the YMCA in your roles.
So as a youth job specialist, I basically am part of a program called Youth Job Connection Summer, and it's for youth between ages 15 and 18. Basically, I counsel them on certain things in regards to employment and life skills, and the program is to assist individuals who are facing barriers in the community to find employment.
Sounds good. And Tamim?
As a job developer at the YMCA, I help adults who are 18 and older looking for jobs. Basically, 100% of my job is just to find them the jobs that they're looking for.
So now moving on to youth employment in particular, what types of youth employment and young adult programs are available at the YMCA?
So at the YMCA, we have several youth employment programs. There's 3 distinct ones that help the youth with job employment. So basically, the first one is Youth Job Link, and then there's Youth Job Connection, and then Youth Job Connection Summer. Overall, they cater towards youth that are 15 to 29 years old. And in the program, they go through pre-employment training. They are trained on job skills and employment skills, and then they move on to job placement with their counselors. And in those programs, they're learning about everything they need to know about getting a job and securing a job, and then finding that job placement to gain that work experience, and then help them out with either building a career or just trying to get that work experience to move up in finding another position in the future on their own.
And now young adults?
For the young adults, we have a program called Employment Services. What we do here is we help clients who are 18 and older. There's no age limit on that. As long as they're 18 and older, who are unemployed looking for a job, we help them find a job placement. Once they register with us at the YMCA, they will be directed with an employment counselor. The employment counselor will assure that they have a proper resume, cover letter. They will send them to workshops as well, such as health and safety, workers' right, and all these workshops to ensure that the client is job ready. We also have a great team of employment resource consultants who will assist the client making a resume. So for example, if anybody walks into our center and they don't have a resume, the employment resource consultants will have them assist them one-on-one to make the resume and cover letter. Also in our center, we have a job zone. What we do at the job zone is the person who is in charge of the job zone, he's dedicated 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. And what he does is he basically just is aware of the community. Like let's say, for example, if there's another retailer who's hiring for a massive amount of people, the job zone will be aware of that, and he will direct clients to go there. Last but not least, we have a team of job developers who will assist clients one-on-one to secure a job placement. Total, this whole process for a job seeker who comes to the YMCA, this whole process may take up to 8 weeks to secure a job placement.
Sounds good. Now, you both talked about the programs that are offered in regards to youth employment and young adults as well. What are the eligibilities for them to register to these programs?
So each program has different requirements and different criteria. If I was to break it down, in general, all the programs are to help youth between the age gaps of 15 to 29. And other requirements include that you're a resident of Ontario, you are eligible to work in Canada, and that you are either in school, not in school, or returning to school. Each of the requirements are based on what the youth needs in the program. So for example, in Youth Job Connection Summer, it's a program for 15 to 18-year-olds who are in high school or post-secondary education. And other programs like Youth Job Connection are for those who are not in school, so they're looking for full-time or part-time work. And then Youth Job Link is a program for individuals who are either in school or not in school and are already kind of have that work experience, and they're looking to gain more.
Sounds good. And now for young adults?
For young adults, it's the same thing. It's as long as they're 18 and older, we service everybody, and as long as they're looking for full-time work and they're not involved in any training or any education.
And in addition, they don't have to register for a program if they are looking to use our services. They can use drop-in services as well. So for those who are not looking to get into a program and just need some support on maybe building a resume or learning how to interview, and they want to do the drop-in sessions, Tamim mentioned about the resource center, so they can drop in, use the services, go to the workshops as well on a drop-in basis to get support. So those would apply to maybe students who are on a visa here for education, or maybe those who are just visiting the country and they want to get to know about the job market. They can come to our center to learn about the resources as well.
Sounds good. And we're just going to take a short break. We will be back with you shortly. Welcome back from the break. So now continuing on, how do the programs work that are available to the youth? And what can the youth really get out of these programs?
So the programs are actually funded by the Ministry of Advanced Education and Skills Development. The programs are basically run at each center. Each center has the programs that are offered that I mentioned earlier before. And particularly the programs, if I was to speak to about Youth Job Connection Summer, which is a program I work in that program we assist youth who have barriers. And what I mean by barriers is basically that these youth are facing challenges in their life, including maybe mental health, disability. They probably have addiction issues. They come from a low-income household. They are probably being under a household of a single parent and are struggling financially, or they have addiction issues and criminal record and stuff like that. So these things are some barriers that youth have difficulties facing and coping with while trying to find employment. So in the programs, basically the program is designed to help youth overcome those barriers and then also train themselves to prepare for work and balancing out their life with other priorities. So basically the client would come in, the youth would come into our center, register in the program, which is done with a counselor on site in the center. And then once they are officially registered, they would start to attend a series of workshops, which is basically, in my program, Youth Job Connection Summer, they do 20 hours of pre-employment workshops, which are paid for. So the money that's provided by the ministry, a portion of that goes to workshops, which we call, and the youth will attend those and get paid for those hours that they are attending to learn about resume writing, interview skills, workplace safety, human rights and employment standards, customer service, professionalism, all those skills that they pick up before they actually go into a job placement. Once they're done that training that's involved, which is mandatory part of the program, then they go into job placement. So they work with a counselor one-on-one to find a job placement that they're interested in. So basically out of the program, they're getting the skills that they need before they go into the workforce, and then they're training on how to sustain a job and maintain their job long-term while they're in that placement.
Now, it is amazing that the YMCA is definitely helping youth get employment into today's society. Now, for a youth who's coming with no job experience and is not aware of what's going on in the field, how does the YMCA help youth like that?
So when a youth comes in with no work experience, we will start them off from the scratch of building a resume and teaching them how to interview, and then also learning about different job searching methods, which is going in person, networking, building a professional profile. This is where the youth can make use of the programs, where they have no work experience and they're looking to gain that first job. So they would come into the program, for example, in Youth Job Connection Summer, the program I work in, they would do the workshops, and then once they're done the workshops that focus on job skills and life skills. So that includes resume writing, interview skills, customer service, professionalism, networking, workplace safety, and human rights and employment standards. Once they're done that training, which they're also paid for while they do this training, then they go into that job placement portion where we'll actually sit down and do an assessment with them to find out what their interests are. And once we find out their interests, we will focus on finding an employment that's particularly related to that field. Some kids come to me and say they want to work in retail, they want to work as a security guard, or maybe they want to work in a call center or as a youth worker. So there's multiple positions that we're able to help them get into. In addition to that, that's where the youth can make use of these programs and really learn the skills that they need before they go into the workplace. And many of those youth who don't have that work experience are unaware of what's out there, don't know about the job market. They also don't know what they need to do on the job. What are the expectations of an employer? So these are things that we train them on and make sure that they're settled in those areas to make sure that they'll do well in that job placement and succeed.
So now, after youth go through the training that YMCA does offer to them, what kinds of jobs are available to them?
So in regards to jobs that are available, we have a lot of jobs. We work with mostly entry-level positions for youth, and then we also have other positions that are available for adults that Timmy mentioned for the ES program. In regards to the different types of jobs, we have employers that work in the fast food area, restaurants, we have retail, general labor, call center, security agencies as well, and then other places like summer camps and youth camps as well during the summertime, and then other positions that require customer service maybe, or landscaping. So there's a lot of positions that either can focus on a career or even just a full-time, part-time job for the students to gain some financial budgeting and learn about their skills in money and saving up for school maybe, or helping out their family circumstance as well. So the jobs are available, and it's basically the fact of just the youth telling us what they want, and then we help them search that down.
Now, YMCA is definitely doing an amazing job covering all the aspects that a youth needs in regards to finding employment. Now, is there any financial support available for the youth who are looking for employment as well?
Yes, so depending on the program, each program offers different financial incentives for the youth. The first thing is the workshop. So they're getting paid for the workshop, so that's a little bit of a financial support for the client itself coming in for the program. And then after that, when they move into job placement and they've secured a position, as in finding a job with the YMCA, with the help of their counselor, they are eligible to other financial supports that help them in the job as well. So to break it down, in Youth Job Link, which is one of our programs, they can receive up to $300 in financial support. In Youth Job Connection Summer, they can get up to $500 in support, and then in Youth Job Connection, they can receive up to $1,000. Now, this money is given in regards to what they need for the job. So if a youth comes to me and says, I need help with transportation to work, we can order them a Metro Pass or get tokens for them, so that way they can travel to work. In addition to that, if the job requires them to buy certain equipment for the job, for example, if youth are working in a retail space or a fast food place or general labor, they'll need specific shoes or clothing items. So we give that financial support in terms of gift cards where they can go shop for those items and get that stuff that they need for work, so that way they have everything they need, and then they can save that money that they're earning from their job towards other personal needs that they have.
Now, Delani, do you mind giving us an example of a youth who came to YMCA in search of a job and now they're down the path and they have found employment, they're doing well now?
So yeah, I had one particular youth that came in that had no previous work experience, and she was during her assessment, she explained that she wants to become a police officer. So she had no work experience in that particular field or something that works towards that. So she said, I need some help. I need to start scratch from building a resume, then learning how to interview and all these skills that I need to build before I get into that field. So I said, sure, I can definitely help you out. So she registered in one of our programs, Youth Job Connection Summer, which is for youth between ages 15 and 18 years old. She was in school at that time. So basically she attended these workshops that she trained on all her job skills that she needs. And then after, she wanted to do security guard. So that is going to help her get into the policing field. So basically what I did for her is I found a security firm that offers the training. She went through the security training and we paid for that cost of training. So we covered that entire training cost for her. And now she's a fully licensed security guard and she's working full time with that security firm as well. So this is particularly for me a success story because she came in with no work experience. She was looking for the support and she joined the program and she got what she wanted, which was to become a security guard so she can use that experience towards when she goes to college for police foundations.
Now that is amazing that YMCA is definitely having so many success stories with their youth and helping them out in employment. So we're just going to take a short break now and then we're going to move on and speak to Tamim about employer programs. Welcome back, and now we're just going to talk about the employer services that are offered by the YMCA. So for starters, what services are available through the YMCA that benefits the employer now?
So for the employer part, all the programs that me and Denali just spoke about, all these programs, they come with an incentive. So incentive means that if the employer decides to join the YMCA and hire through the YMCA, they come with an incentive. So each program has a different incentive. So if the employer wants to hire somebody from a youth program, it's a different incentive. Or if the employer wants to hire from a ES program, it's a different incentive. So we do offer that incentive for employers that can offset some of their training costs. In addition to that, we do free marketing for our employers. They can send us the job postings and we can put it on all our 4 sites in Scarborough. If need be, we can even share it in the GTA within our other sites. If it's a large-scale employer, let's say they're looking to hire about 20 to 30 people, we can even do a job fair for them. We can do it at any of our sites or even at the employer sites. I've had experience in the past where I've worked with employers who opened up a new store, and what we did was we did a job fair at their new store at the new location, and it was a great success. We were able to get a lot of people in, and it really helped the employer, because when employer starts new business and stuff like that, they get staff going back and forth, so it's very inconvenient for the staff, and so we just want to come there and provide 100% support and fulfill all their hiring needs. I usually like to say that employers who have like they have bookkeepers or accountants, if anything goes wrong, they call them. I like to say that for us, they can say that, okay, well, if they're looking to hire somebody, they can just call us and we'll take care of it A to Z. We do pre-screenings. We will make sure this person that we send to the employer is 100% fit. So, and it meets all the employer requirements.
That is amazing. And now, what are the eligibility requirements for the employer to partner up with YMCA?
As long as they're operating in Ontario and they have a valid WSIB or alternative insurance or third-party insurance coverage for the premises.
Is there a fee for them to partner up with the YMCA?
Absolutely no. All services are free because it is from the ministry and it's there for employers and clients to take advantage of.
Now, that is amazing for the employer. And now, what are the incentives involved for the employer when they partner up with the YMCA and hire someone from you guys?
So as mentioned earlier, each program has different incentives. So if an employer wants to hire a youth and give them the opportunity, there will be a different incentive. We also work with people who have the experiences. We have like over 1,000 people that we work with. So if employers wants to hire anybody from the adult program, someone who has a little bit more experience and has that knowledge of the work and stuff. So it really depends, it's case by case, right? But I could say that the incentives would start anywhere from $300 all the way to $5,000 per person.
So in addition to the employer incentives that are involved for each program, there is a program called Canada-Ontario Job Grant, which is available for employers when they're going to be training their employees for the particular job. So in that program, there's funding that can cover up to an average of 2/3 of the training cost, and the employer is expected to pay the remaining costs. Basically, the employer should send their employees to an external training. So for example, forklift training is one of them. They would send it to an external provider, and then whatever cost that is, that program would fund that cost. So basically, to be eligible for the program and the requirements, the business must be registered, and they should be looking to hire that employee as part of the organization, and also that the employer contributes at least 1/3 of the cost that's part of the training as well. So this is obviously to offset the training costs for the employer and to help with the hiring needs as well.
Now, in general, does the YMCA offer any apprenticeship programs?
Yes, we do actually. We do offer apprenticeship programs for employers who are willing to take someone as an apprentice. They get a $2,000 signing bonus. So the first $1,000 will be given to them at the initial stage when we sign up the apprentice, and another $1,000 towards the end of the placement, which is 6 months after if the client is still working. In addition to that, we also have the Apprenticeship Scholarship. So this is for participants who require upgrading to get into apprenticeship. So they will be granted $500 at the beginning and $500 at the end when the training is completed and they start the job.
Now, that is amazing. Now, YMCA is offering programs for the youth, young adults, employers, and apprenticeship programs as well. So for people to visit YMCA, what are your locations that are located in Toronto?
So me and Tamim are from the Markman Milner location, and we have another Scarborough site at Tapscott and Finch as well. Other locations also include Durham, so that includes Pickering and Whitby. We also have sites in Richmond Hill, Mississauga, Etobicoke, North York as well. So anyone who's interested in the services can access any of these centers in regards to employment, language assessment, newcomer services, employers that are interested in registering as an employer with the YMCA as well. So all sites offer different programs, and anyone who's interested just has to call in and book an appointment to see a counselor or even drop in as well.
Now, that is very convenient. You guys have a lot of locations, yeah?
Yeah. Also, there's 2 more locations in Scarborough at Scarborough Town Center, right inside the health and fitness. There's a small location. We just recently opened that up. And then there's another one at the hub. It's located at Brimley and Eglinton.
And we've also heard recently about a Send a Friend campaign. So tell us more about that as well.
So Send a Friend campaign is basically if any clients who are interested in getting a job, they come register with us, and they're going through the workshops, whether it's the youth programs or the adult programs, and they have a friend who they want to send, and the friend registers with us and does the same services again. We will give the person that refers somebody, we will give them either a movie pass or a gift card.
Now, that definitely is amazing that YMCA is offering different programs to both youth, adult, employers as well, and apprenticeship as well. I myself would be interested to come in as well.
You're more than welcome.
We definitely thank our viewers for watching the show today, and we thank Delani and Tamim for coming in from YMCA to talk about the different programs that are offered. For more information, viewers, you definitely can check out the information that will appear on the screen after this interview, and we hope you enjoy the show. Thank you.